Hello, here we go.
Good evening, everybody. It's Darren at Jace Media Music, and I'm in conversation tonight with my old buddy Andrew Knightley, who's here with the Red Kites. Good evening, boys. How are we?
Hello, Darren. Yes, very good. Very good indeed.
I
Yes.
just said to Ash there, what a cracking little album. But I had the burning question before we went in. Where the fuck's the Scottish State?
What's that? The Scottish State. Oh,
No
right.
Scottish
Well,
State. Come on, I mean, what's
I know.
happening?
We TBC on that. So because it's sort of the first tour, we was a bit like we wanted to test the waters, to be perfectly honest, and didn't want to, do what a lot of bands do and then turn up and nobody's there. I suspect you would have turned up in Scotland, but we were just a little bit like, well, we're going to go out, get the album out,
Yeah.
hype it up a little bit more, and then I'm sure we will be up your way at some point.
Wes came in to me and he said, I have to warn you, there's no Scottish State, but I'm working on it. And I'm like, the boys will get that as soon as I get on the interview, asking what the fuck's going on. But, I totally get it. I think you've got to test the water. But I was just saying to Ash, what a cracking little album.
Oh, great, man. Thank you.
I just put it on and I fucking nearly fell off my chair. I was like, it's got lots in it. It's, and as Ash had said, the songs are kind of singles in their own right. You could put it out and people would go, what's a cracking single? Not going, sounds like an album filler or whatever, but every song. I mean, I've got a couple of favourites. You can tell me if I'm right. You can tell me if I'm wrong. A wee favourite, Stronger. And the Cosmic Rituals is just like, I was like, oh, I need to play that again. I just thought they were awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, the idea really, well, I say the idea, it's just the way it worked out. But I mean, it was conceptualized as really a bunch of singles, like you said, and that's exactly, was the idea that every song would just stand up on its own right. And rather than try to fit into a box, it was more about just writing songs and working out how they sounded around the song. So the song came first, for most of this stuff. And I think that's exactly how it's turned out. Like you said, it's like an album of singles.
It's like it's almost like a greatest hits album of singles that no one's ever heard. And I think, do you know what I mean? And I think people will go, wow, because I know that's kind of been in the pipeline for a long time. And I think getting to this point, I think it was maybe worth the wait. I think, as I say, I put it on. I was doing some stuff today and I thought I'll stick it on and I'll get myself acclimatized. And I thought, fucking hell, man. I nearly fell off my chair. I thought, wow, that's amazing. It's a cracking little slab of music that I'm sure you guys will be proud of.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it, man. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there, and it's a really kind of like, as you say, sort of dynamic album. Loads of sort of lots going on in there, and it's kind of playing it live is really interesting because it kind of takes on a new life as well because it's just kind of there's so much dynamics. It's like the album. You can kind of, if you want to live, you can make it heavy, or you can kind of lean into kind of some of the softer elements of it and stuff. When we're playing, it's a beautifully nuanced piece of writing.
Who are the two randomers in the back of your screen? Do we know these people? Are they just there?
I'm going to get to know them afterwards.
You're going to like come and enjoy my video. I'm talking to some strange Scottish guy.
Let's interview you. Where are you from in Scotland? Where are you?
I'm from Glasgow.
Oh, mate, love a bit of Glasgow.
The beating heart of the music of the world. Every night.
Oh, mate.
Every night there's
well, hopefully one day we'll get to play Sleazy's for you.
Oof. Come to Sleazy's, come to King Tut's.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come to Slay, come to Broadcast.
All the places.
The cat house. Don't forget the cat house.
The catty. Well, listen, you've played the catty. So obviously you want to play somewhere awesome. It's not played, mate.
everybody's played the Cat House. Yeah,
Yeah. You know,
Everybody
but
who's anybody.
I
I
used
think,
to do I used to do I used to do stand up, and I played the stand quite a lot of times.
right, okay.
And that was interesting because
Well,
as a man from near London, they tore me apart.
well, the
Rightfully
burning
so.
question is then, Rob, is that were you shite at stand up because you wanted to be a
Oh God,
musician,
yeah, it was awful.
or are you just combining them both? Because obviously, like when you say I used to do stand up, then people will think, "Fuck me, he must have been rubbish at it because he's now a musician." I don't know whether
Yeah.
that's. I mean, I don't
Do you
know,
know
mate.
what's amazing right now is you're taking me right back to those heady days at the stand, asking me all the questions they did at the time.
You know, I think it's typical for a Scotsman to ask these kind of questions because there isn't a lot of funny Scottish people. There's probably only two
That's
or
not true. I
three.
used to do a show with do you remember a guy called the Reverend Obadiah Steppenwolf? Do you remember him?
Yes, yes, yes.
Me and him used to do a double-handed together. That's who I did my stand-up with.
And there's maybe a reason why one's still doing it and one isn't. I'm not really sure, mate. You know, you could tell me that.
Anyway, enough about me.
Moving on from Rob's
Enough about me. Enough about me.
stand-up career in the past.
So what was the concept of the album? How did you get together and make the songs as they were?
Yeah, I mean, it was really just sort of writing process. To be honest, I mean, I wrote a lot of them quite a while ago now, about 4 years ago, for the most part, and produced them with sort of Mike Crumpus. And at the time, there was a lot of different songs, and conceptually, it was quite clear that there was, like I said earlier, there was a lot of singles, and it was like the singles were really the ones that, or the ones we thought were singles, we kind of put together into like this kind of package, and was like, well, let's do this thing where the songs are very short, they're not very long. There's not many songs over 3 minutes on the album. You know, there's not many indulgent ones that go on 5. Well, there's none. I think the longest one is probably 4 minutes at a push.
Yeah, I think
Everything
it's
else has been
402 or
2.5.
405, something like that.
Yeah.
But I kind of guess though that the short, sharp ones are the ones that grab your attention. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like a 7 minute with a 5 minute guitar solo and people go,
Yeah.
you know, it's like straight in, punch you in the face and move on to the next one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I did want a few long guitar solos, but I wasn't allowed. No, like anything like that, we just kind of got rid of it. It was kind of all killer, no filler type thing.
The
If
boys just said, listen,
the song
Andrew,
is going,
no. The boys have just said, Andrew, it's not happening, mate. Just get in, do the
yeah,
bits and get out.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
if you're overruled, you're overruled, mate. You know, it's as simple as that. It's not
this is
democracy, you know.
Exactly. So that was sort of how it came about, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was sort of the process, fairly painless anyway. We've waited a while to sort of like get the stuff out, of course, since then, but the actual writing and recording at the time was fairly painless. So it was, you know, overall a good experience, really. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you played the tracks in the studio live, I take it they'll probably sound way better than on the records. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot more sort of not a lot more energy. So I mean, there's energy, but I mean, it's the sound of, you know, just a band in a rawer way, but delivering those tracks. And I personally think it works really well. You know, we were thinking of getting a second guitar player and other instrumentation, and just settled on on being a 3-piece for doing it live, because it just works.
Yeah.
We just thought it didn't need it really. Like the songs just come through anyway, and the energy, you know, that we sort of have between the three of us just does the job. Yeah. So you get a power trio live.
Yeah, I kind of think a trio, if it works, you've got the vocals and the guitar. See if you a guy that just wanted to sing, and then you'd a vocalist and a singer and a bassist and stuff like that. I think it gets a wee bit more complicated. But I think if you've got the formula that works with, you know, singer, a guitarist, a bassist, and a drummer, I think that's the chemistry that makes this wee slab of music so much better.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
You're right over there, Rob. Are you just swilling away in your pint?
I'm just drinking. I was just thinking as you were saying that there's something so like really beautifully old school about a three-piece. You know, it's just like it's really kind of classic rock and roll, ZZ Top, Motorhead kind of stuff. It's just like just get it in, get it done. I think on the album it's it's a bit more nuanced than that, obviously, as we're going. But like I think in terms of just getting it done live and like you say, bringing the tracks to life, it's actually there's something quite interesting about having to work as a three-piece and having to get those dynamics down as three people and kind of working out how to do that. And when that chemistry gets in that live room, it's kind of brilliant as a three-piece. And like Andrew said, getting another guitarist in, we did try and maybe one day, but for now it's like we're sort of you can lock it in so tight. It's kind of beautiful.
Yeah. And I kind of think also, if there's only 3 of you, you can only fucking blame 2 other people. If there's 4 of you, then there's 3 other people to blame. So if you fuck it up, then you can only go, instead of your fault, it's your fault. So I suppose from that point of view, you kind of go, well, there's only him or him to blame because it's fucking not me. So I suppose that's a good dynamic. Like you just, you have to look at each other and go, who was that? And you kind of go, it must be one of those 3. Because people,
the bonus to that is we're all on different instruments as well, so it's even easier to blame and hear who it is that fucked it. So
yeah, exactly. So again, the burning question: are you looking forward to getting out there and melting some faces, or are you wanting to just road test it to see whether the dynamic is? Or is it just you want to go out there and just kick ass?
Yeah, I mean we've been playing for I don't know a couple of years, like shows, but I mean it's been sort of low key to this point because we're kind of waiting for the album and stuff, and yeah, we're ready to get out there now. So we've got dates coming up in April and May around well, all right, I'll say it, England and Wales, not Scotland yet, but we will. But yeah, but we want to get this initial run under our belt, and then we'll review, where we're sort of at and what we can do later in the year. But yeah, we're definitely going to be doing a lot more shows this year. So this is just a sort of initial run to get out there, get the album out, get the word out.
Yeah.
And then we're going to sort of move on from there to bigger things, hopefully. So yeah, I mean, we've already done, sort of shows that we really loved playing together, loved being on stage.
Oh, mate, that's very sweet. That's really nice. That's the nicest thing you've ever said.
I'm welling up. Fucking hell, man.
I didn't say I love being on stage with you. I just said I love being on stage.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, all right. That's ruined that then.
You can obviously tell the disappointment in my face, Andrew, that you've rubbed it in that there's no Scottish Day. So obviously what I'll be expecting is some sort of merchandise to come my way so that I can rep you guys when you're playing England and Wales, and we sad sack up here has got no mates because you're all pissed off in England and played shows. So, when you get some merch, make sure I get a t-shirt. And
yeah, absolutely.
It's on my Facebook page, everybody sees it and they'll go, who the fuck are these 3 dudes? And I'm like, yeah, this is the boys that don't play Scotland. But maybe one day.
Yeah.
We're just building the anticipation.
Yeah. This is it,
It's coming. Don't worry, boys. It's coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then eventually you'll hit Scotland at some point. But I think you're right. I think you're right. I think I think there's excitement when you put something together and you play the tracks live and you go, this will sound amazing. But for me, when you listen to an album and you go, fuck, that's amazing. I bet you it probably sounds 10 times better with you guys in the studio.
Yeah, well, in what way? When we listen back to it, or when recording it? Or?
When you're playing it and you go, let's run through from Broken Love right through, and you go, wow, that was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Or do you just go, sounds really tight, or we could put it on this? But I think that when you've recorded the tracks and you've put them down and you've put them in the order and you've went, let's go from this to this. I think it must be amazing that
Yeah.
you've made something that sounds as good as this.
Yeah, it's always exciting, and anytime you go in the studio, you always think you've recorded, you know, the best thing ever anyway. So because it's always exciting, obviously. So, but yeah, it is exciting times. Once we finally got to that point where you're literally choosing the track ordering and all of that, and you know, you finalizing the artwork and all this stuff, and it's suddenly coming to life as an album, you know, where you've just had different mixes and dribs and drabs, and it's, you know, where you've finally collated that thing and you've got an album now. Yeah, it's obviously exciting at that point, and it's about to become real. Then the next step is to release that thing, go out there to the world. But yeah, I mean, it always sounds great. I mean, we've actually been recording recently as well, a couple of new tracks. And on that stuff, we've actually taken a very different approach to the
Over at
general
Mike
convention
Oldfield's
these
place,
days.
no less.
Yeah, yeah.
Oof.
So Mike Oldfield's old studio is his son runs it now, but it's Mike Oldfield's house really, but he lives in the Bahamas, and he's got an awesome analog studio on the side of it, Tile Studios, reel-to-reel tapes we recorded to, no metronome. So literally on those, when they do eventually see the light of day, it's basically a live band. We're doing it,
Yeah,
you know, old school, like the proper Zeppelin kind of records and that stuff, where it is, you know, live takes without a net, without anything moved around, without all of the stuff that happens today that's very structured and you know, formulated, and everything's moved around, and you know, this is just proper live. So it's really so that's something very exciting as well, you know.
I mean, obviously, Mike Oldfield's not made any money. I mean, he's living in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
So like,
No, God, no.
you know, who knew?
The guy's basically destitute.
Yeah.
But going in there was amazing because, you know, we're in there and he's got these amazing reel-to-reels and stuff, and it's like Rick Wakeman's Mellotron's in there and things, and it's just like seeing all this old gear is just absolutely mind-blowing. But to your point, you were just asking about a minute ago, like sort of playing these things live and being able to go into that studio, like I guess how it ties in is that, you know, like we were saying earlier about playing in a three-piece, it's kind of, you know, like Ash and I joined the band kind of a bit later, but like now I'm going to start gushing. We're going to start crying again now. But to have, you know, like sort of Andrew's like a real talent, and it's like the voice, the look, the fucking playing and stuff. And for us to just get in there and kind of get this,
I can see the screen,
you know, and it really does.
I can see the screen.
And it really does
bigger.
feel, I'm okay. I'm okay.
It's getting bigger, and he's getting this size. You know, and
Exactly
I'm like, wow,
that, man. And so for me and Ash to get together, it's kind of what's really nice about it is AK and the Red Kites. You know, there's like a really tight rhythm section, and it allows Andrew to kind of do his thing, and that's kind of really what it's about. You know, like and like that comes through in live performances. You know, the reviews have said that from us being live as well. Like we've had a few reviews that have really sort of honed in on that thing. And as a three-piece, I think we're a real force of nature. Without blowing our own trumpet too hard, but it's like, yeah, it's as you keep saying, yeah, the album's one thing, but you've got to come and see it live as well, because we're really turning it into something. It's a real spectacle.
Rob, I don't know how that's going to feel, mate. Coming to see it live, I don't know how it's going to feel, mate. It's like I'm the last one to the party. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'll just need to rely on other people saying, "Oh, you missed a great show," and I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking did." But you know, I need to wait to some point near the middle of the end of the year when you decide.
We'll be around, man. We'll be around. It'll be all right.
Come up to my manor, you know. And I think just you were saying there about, you know, like the best you've played. This is what I feel like. Every interview I go, that's the best interview I've ever done. And I'll say to people, tonight's interview is the fucking best interview I've ever done. And then when I interview somebody next week, I'll go, I had a really good interview last week, but this one's the best tonight. So you guys, you had to bring, I mean, obviously, Rob, you got a fair old smacking about your comedy stuff, but, you know, you knew that was going to happen anyway. It was just coming, you know. So, you know, it's playful banter, you know, because obviously you're not coming to Scotland, so I've got to rip you for not coming to Scotland. So that's cool. But, you know, I think you're right. I think the dynamics is something that works. You know, when you lay it down and you think about how it's going to sound, and I think that's what you guys have got. And I mean, the album speaks for itself. Honest to God, you get some albums that come across your bow and you think, it's all right. But this is just punches you straight in the face, kicks you in the nuts, and does exactly what it says on the album. It's a cracking little piece of music, and I'm sure it's going to go down really well, you know. And I mean, again, what the fuck do I know? I mean, I'm just a guy that reviews stuff and talks to people. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, when I listen to stuff, I probably get, I think I've said this to Andrew before, 50, 60, 70 bits in my inbox every week, and I kind of cherry pick kind of who I want to listen to, who I know it's going to kind of float my boat. And you know, Wes had said, I've said to the album, have a listen to it. I haven't reviewed the whole album yet and put it into words. You know, I've done my own review in my head and on my notes that are there. So, you know, I will properly review the album and get the review out Monday probably. But I'm sure that people are going to be really surprised about what they hear.
Thanks, mate.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
glad you like it, Darren.
Yeah, you know, and it's just, you know, it's one of those things that I like a bit of heavy rock. I like a bit of, you know, I like the old speed guitar and all that, and I just love a good drum fill. And I think that this has got that in spades. It's just got a lot of stuff that a lot of people are going to like. It's a bit different. The songs are fast, they're furious, they're 2.5, 3.5 minutes long. And then you go, let's get to the next one. And I think as the layers come back on each song, you kind of think, wow, that's just as good as the last. And I think that's what's going to make this album a wee bit different.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, like I said, that's always been the idea. So if you've got that already, I hope everybody else does. And you kind of did it right, because that's definitely the idea that, yeah, just something that keeps your interest. Each song can stand up in its own right, or you can sort of listen to it, go through them. But when it's done, it's done. There's no hanging around another 3 minutes with that long outro or whatever. It's not needed. It's like it just does a thing, boom, hits you onto the next one, boom, and you know.
Absolutely. So what's the so you're doing the English and Welsh tour. Are you going to wait for another bit and then go back out, or are you just going to get the books filled in and keep the momentum going? What's the plan?
It sort of depends what happens, what comes in, really. I mean, we're definitely looking at doing some more dates later in the year. Obviously, the summer season. So after you get past May, it's a bit weird because it's just festivals, and because the album's not out and stuff, we haven't really got, to be honest, on to many of the festivals. We're doing the Outlaw Weekend and a one in Wales. I forgot the name.
Beltane Festival.
Beltane Festival. So they're happening in May.
Quality PR there, Ash. Quality PR there.
Yeah, excellent. He's got it down. He's got it all in front of him, like he knows. Good man. He's organised. And then anyway, we'll see. September, October, November. Definitely, we'll be busy. We'll be doing things. We'll be out there for sure. But it's all just sort of like, you know, up in the air at the moment. We'll see what happens. But we'd love to get out and come and see you, Darren.
Yeah, listen, you know,
for sure.
When the time is right, you know, because I think you've got to. I think you're right. I think, like for me, it's the anticipation of getting the songs, getting them in order, where they're going to go on the set, and then packing your bags and going, we're going out on tour. And I kind of think that's the wee fuzzy bit where you think, I can't wait to go to this venue or that venue, because I'm sure there'll be venues that each of you have played before or wanted to play, or people you know have played there and said you'll get a great reception. So I think for that, that's the anticipation for me, that you pack your bags and you get in the van and you go, we're heading to whatever it is, and the hope that, you know, that it's going to be received really well. So I kind of guess that's the thing for you guys. It's, you guys know in your head it's an incredible piece of work, but you just want people to go, wow, I want to buy that and buy a t-shirt and rep these boys. And I guess that's the anticipation for you. getting out there and doing that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's great going out on the road. Yeah, I just think you nailed it. Like, it's just about going out there, playing to the people being into it, you know, because that's the hardest thing. It's just engaging people to start with. I always find actually getting them to buy in. It's not even about whether it's good or bad to begin with. It's just about getting enough of that attention from them to buy into it and to believe in it. And then that's the point where it kind of gets really exciting because you can kind of feel it happening. So hopefully as this album comes out, that's going to happen. We can book in more dates, go out and play to more and more people. And yeah, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's exciting. Playing live is, you know, the kind of
There's
lifeblood
no
of any
better feeling.
musician.
There's no better feeling, I think, than playing live. I think that's the authenticity of it. You know, that, like we said earlier, when you're on stage, if you fuck up, it's live. You know,
Mhm.
the next show you can make it better. But I think the buzz of strolling out on stage, plugging in the amps and going, this is it, nowhere to hide. And you've got to make it as realistic as the album sounds when you play it on your CD player or your car player or whatever. And I think that's the exciting thing for me. I mean, I know you guys will do well. I mean, there's no doubts about it. You know, the album will do really well, and I think you'll pull in the crowds. But I know it's just going to be a success because I like it, and obviously lots of people listen to me. So obviously, then
Exactly.
you
Fingers
know,
crossed.
you know,
There we go.
Yeah.
obviously,
Thanks, mate. Well, thanks for your positive words. Honestly, like it's just great to hear. It's really nice.
What you could probably do though, Rob, is maybe when you do come up to Scotland, have a wee brown envelope or something for me, just as a thank
Got
you.
it.
That
Got it.
there's no words needed, just a pass the envelope and I'll be like, yeah, cool, my job is done, you know.
He
Will
might even
do.
do
Will
an
do.
impromptu stand-up gig for you as well if you're lucky. So you know,
Jesus Christ, no. No, we want to do well. We want Scotland to embrace us.
Yeah, you don't want to get glassed coming up to Scotland and
No.
you know, you don't want to be doing stuff like that, man. Come on.
Not this time, anyway. Not this time.
Listen, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you about all things music and stuff, and I hope that the tour goes really, really well. I hope that people buy into it. It comes out a couple of days after my birthday, so that's another good omen as well because I'll tie it into my birthday. I'll tie it into my birthday as well, and I'll tell people about it. So obviously, when
Love
you
it.
get any merch done, is there any merch made yet? Have you made stuff? What's happening?
We've got some merch out. We need to do. We're doing more. It's all lastminute.com as always. But yes, in fact, Rob's going to get me a t-shirt design over later today. He reminded me last night, but he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah,
But yes,
he's
there
in
will be
the
merch.
pub, Andy, so they're not doing anything tonight.
Exactly.
Stopping
You
on
can
his
do
Guinness.
everything remotely these days.
Guys, listen,
Yeah.
have a great album launch, have a great tour. I know it's going to be awesome. You're going to kill it. And give me a shout when you're coming to Scotland, and we'll definitely catch up and we'll get a beer and we'll talk about all things music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
We'll get it all down.
Looking forward to it. All right, Darren. Nice
Guys,
one.
this is Darren from
Good
Jace
chat.
Media Music and candid conversation with Ash, Rob, and Andrew from AK and the Red Kites about the new album Hotter Than the Sun that comes out on the 8th of May. Do yourself a favour, go and buy it because it's fucking awesome.
Cheers, Darren. Thanks, man.
Take care. See you
Cheers,
later.
man. Nice one. See you later.